like that against the best of the best. It's just how quickly can you recover from it. And then on the other side for Minnesota, I mean, you played 3 matches yesterday. You have been waiting all day long. We know how this schedule is when you're in the loser's bracket. Last match of the day, into the last match of the day. You have to lock in quickly if you are them.
We'll see if they can do it. Grinding it out yesterday, waiting today, as you said, trying to get out to a hot start. But right into the fray we go as the opening kills going. Oh, I thought the way of OpTic Texas, but then Nero getting freaky inside. That's 3 for Nero. Yeah, and he might just have those moments, those maps. Already at 50 bomb and a hard point to his name. Can he take over here against OpTic?
Yeah, it's like you've had multiple maps where if you are Rokkr, if you're Nero, where you've been out slaying teams, but they have still been very stressful hardpoint maps, and nonetheless. Gio, it's his turn now. He's in a lineup too, has the sub. Kenny's there for the 3rd. So a nice little break here, and you flip the spawns if you are Minnesota Rokkr. But yeah, it's just like, can they find maybe the fundamentals that OpTic are starting to show a little bit more in the hardpoints to make that game easier?
And in those big time moments, those clutch moments.
Shotzi's already through.
You've got some young players on Rokkr. How are they going to perform? And Shotzi, as you said, he is through. He finds the kill. Hardpoint wide open with OpTic Texas inside. Now, the big push. Gio able to get that opening pick. Is that the first domino? You win it on the other side as well. Trying to pinch him now. I thought he had the second gunfight win. Would not have mattered, honestly. Might have helped the second push back for OpTic, but a great break there from Rokkr.
No, 100%. I mean, I thought he had that second kill. The pre-fire was on point, but coming up from that prone position. Nice break there from Rokkr, recovering. They had rotation, then they let Shotzi through. Now OpTic trying to find a break all the way through the front. Well, it's Shotzi and Dashy. And this is what they did versus FaZe at these P2s. They just continued to flood. They made it messy, but it's Nero again. This guy is a multi-kill machine.
He is an anomaly, I swear, dude. Whenever he gets kills, it feels like it's 2 minimum, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. Thought OpTic had the break, but the tail end of the time will go to Rokkr behind Nero's triple. The ultimate bailout there. Now, let's get out to mid-map and head on over towards Burger. Pressure going to be applied early as Kenny got 1 kill, and Dashy's going to try and stand tall inside. Not overchalling. Staying up.
Still some really good shots, right? Yeah, he does back down. Mercury's in the middle of the map.
Oh, after he got those original tags in going vertical, I thought for sure he was shot.
Yeah, he was in a chow, but yeah, staying disciplined is OpTic. And well, Minnesota, they're going to have to try to flip this map because you have P4 coming up next. Hook is in Courtyard, Shotzi inside of Burger, and you see where they are spawning Rokkr. Now you have a choice. Do we go towards Hill? Do we try to flip the map? It just feels like Minnesota has to try to find something. It's going to be behind Estriel and Nero. Now, what do they do behind the 2?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Behind the 2, do you push for the flip? Do you go for the hard point? Do you do both?
Both.
They might be able to get both done, and they do. They get to the hard point, they spawn 3 out, they spawn 4 out. Massive moment there for Rokkr as OpTic came back into this game, only down 10.
Hold on, though.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much time left in the old hard point. Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. Mercules flying on forward, able to get 3. Looking for the 4th. Gets double chow at the backside. It's going to be a frenzy here at the hard point.
Yeah, it's just a double chow. Luckily for Rokkr, you had a couple that spawned up, even with that forward pressure, so you do have an early contest. But numbers going the way of OpTic. That is going to be a 3 dead, but it is a close alley spawn here for Minnesota again. So some more gunfights coming through, and it's down to a 1 versus 1. Other parts of the map, he's going to have a free pinch, and Dashy, you said he was focused. He's on 4 in a row. This final 30 should go their way.
Unbelievable breaks again from OpTic, but a tight one. Still here early. Locked and loaded as Dashy. We'll see if he can push this spree out, slide on point. Unfortunately, the shot's not there, but it's Mercules that will get to leading the lobby with Nero. They're able to catch Shotzi as he tries to take her out, maybe find an opening to thread the needle through that Rokkr setup for next. We get over to 5. We know what a just insane hard point this can be. It feels like one where teams should get a lot of time. To a degree, just based on like position on the map, should be so like split spawn heavy, should be chaotic, but teams gonna turn this into a large chunk.
Yeah, you would think so, but well, as soon as you're talking about that, OpTic just runs on in, finds 3. Gio's the only player on Rokkr to get a kill, but he's immediately gonna get traded out, and this goes from a 3 to 4 AR map to a 3 to 4 sub map here on P5. As Dashy on the hill, starting to accumulate the time, keep this lead growing.
He's leading the way in the objective. 9 and 8, but nearly a minute in the hard point as Dashy continues to make plays. You go to Shotzi now, the play maker. 1 before he is traded, but a fantastic hold Hercules continues to be hot. 18 on the board for him. What a superstar in the making he is. His presence felt instantly in the league, but finally you get the kills for your Rokkr, but unfortunately that'll be the tail end of the time. You just hope that's going to set you up now for this second set of hard points. We'll see what they can do.
I mean, they're looking for this guy, but he somehow splits both defenders right there. Somehow, they're just not able to find him. And now his teammates get a couple of kills, and they're on this P1. I have no idea what just happened there, but he mantles on out between two, gets the kill, now onto the time, still getting kills. Hercules is doing it all.
Doing it all, but now relying on his teammates, and Shotzi at 9 HP, able to hit the drop shot and get the streak to 4. It'll end there as Kenny trades it out. The lead about to hit 50 for OpTic Texas. Rokkr trying to turn it around inside of this P1. Geo's 2, and Nero with the 3rd. Secure this for now. The route from number 6 in Shotzi is going to spawn 2 of his teammates there, so you have the chance to pinch this out and maybe focus on the spawns 4 next. We'll see how big that ends up being.
Well, it's going to be massive because, again, it feels like Rokkr's going to be in a scenario. They have P1 control. They have someone near P2, but it's a route, again, out of Shotzi that influences the spawns. You have him now locked it down the middle of the street from top. Rokkr, he's going to be wasting so much time. It's only Geo through the front.
So much time. It may only seem like a couple of seconds, but it is incredible there to alleviate pressure from the point. You set up Hercules to find several. Rokkr do get picks. They might be able to break in, but this lead's starting to get a little bit scary as Texas push it out to 60. It's contested for now, but trying to continue to grow it. The ARs, the back line for OpTic do enough to keep them in the fight. Rokkr for now finding time through the front, but it's 2 again from Hercules. He's 25 and 17. No signs of slowing down. Lead is building. OpTic rolling. Let's hear the comms.
Blue. And, all right, 3 in a row. They fucked up. Yeah, they first
You tell us. I'm picking up.
I got Stage one bullet.
I give up.
Geo's one shot glass. Alright, Geo, one shot court.
They got new spawns. Just try to soak this shit. Mid street, Estro. He's crossing.
Watch out, Geo. Inner SWAT, Geo.
Flip card.
Geo SWAT.
He's
Watch out, flip card.
He's close on you. Close on you, Estro. Get nades over. Nice.
Stay alive. Geo weak on me.
You're really weak. There's some time.
Flip card.
I got there. Alright, Nero's there sometime.
Nero's SWAT down.
I grab it.
So this time, I have all court. I have all P1, by the way. Someone refill P1.
P4.
Someone refill P1.
I can't. There's 2 court on you.
I have inner SWAT on it.
2 court on you.
More court. 4 and then D block.
Out of the map. Watch out. I'm so time.
Let's go court.
Really weak.
Wait.
He ran court to P1.
He's on my spot.
I got nade.
He's gonna hit my left.
He's gonna go P1 door.
Right left. Joe, watch your time. Watch him behind the wall.
You want Kenny? Good.
Watch him behind the wall.
P1 got me. P1 and behind the wall. Estro still P1.
P1.
Take a shot, go.
Nice. You can bump in a second.
SWAT. Watch out. Front of new, watch out. Nero.
Okay, I don't see him.
I got him.
One's gonna be deep left. Deep left, Geo.
Be sure.
Nothing short. He's gonna be in the back of me. In the back, Estro, 1 shot. I'm 1 shot too. They're shooting my toes. One's P1, nice. 2 deep left.
2 in the back.
Two in the back. One's on the comp car, one's on the 2 comp car side. 2 comp car side.
Short.
Sensational listening from OpTic. They're playing together, flying together, up 100. Joe, what are you seeing now?
I mean, just some great reads there by Hook. You had some split spawns. Well, Hercules in the hill pulls out this sub. He was able to find a double. Dashy now looking over him. Contest is in. Minnesota are here, but yeah, they need all of this time and a hell of a lot more because OpTic is running away with it as Hook continues to make plays. He was so good at P3. Just feels like he is locked in.
Yeah, it was a tight one until it wasn't. What an explosion there from OpTic Texas. 25 needed for the win. Next hard point, getting ready to go. There is going to be some forward pressure from Rokkr, but OpTic have got the angles. The crossfire is through. The kills are flowing. In the point first will be OpTic Texas. There is an immediate presence here. 3 of them are going to drop. So nice moment from Rokkr to survive, extend this map. But it feels like it's one beautiful moment from OpTic, and they're up 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, they pushed so far forward. You did a little bit of a split spawn here for OpTic. They all spawn middle of the street, and yeah, that's going to turn into 3 dead. Hercules, no matter the gun, the man is doing it. Up to 31 now. 15 seconds away is OpTic from taking map 1. getting closer and closer to that championship Sunday.
What a counter stun there from Hercules, just keeping them at bay, keeping control of the hard point. One last desperation effort from Rokkr to get in, and they're going to get slammed. OpTic on the board first. They win it by 100. Hercules has himself a map. 32 and 24, leading the lobby in damage. And you get a solid map at Nero, you're wondering how he's going to perform. He seems to be that kind of X-Factor type guy for Rokkr. You have a decent map out of him, but not enough. OpTic, the discipline there. They're picking up the plays they need to, picking up the players they need to in big spots.
Yeah, and I think early, like, Minnesota was playing well. They just, like, they lost 2 P2 rotations, right? When it felt like they had that side of the map. They let a couple of players through to make plays, flipped the map for OpTic, and then I think both P4s where it felt like there was, you know, they were in control. OpTic just walked up the street.
It's like they got 3-4 dead, but it was with like 10 seconds left.
Just the wrong time.
It's enough time, yeah, for OpTic to walk up the street. They win a couple of key gunfights, and suddenly the map seems to flip. Anything popping off the page for you statistically?
I mean, obviously, Chenny has a rough one, but a bounce back there from Dashy was great to see. Yeah, you know, he was obviously pissed off about how he was performing in the last series, but just, again, a team effort here from OpTic. And I mean, Ken has a rough one, but still 3,200
Yeah, as I say, the damage there, yeah, it's just the kills not seemingly there. Not the best effort really out of anyone outside of maybe Nero if you just talk about the kills. But fact is, you lose it by 100, you're gonna have to fire back into search and destroy. OpTic looking good. They had a painful loss in the map 1 versus FaZe here on a rewind. This time, never really a doubt once they got going.
Yeah, I mean, they might be, like, from what we've seen this weekend, just the best at, I don't know, be annoying around this P2, right? We saw it even versus FaZe. Hook and Shotzzy will take a long route, influence spawns, and if they don't, they'll just continue to flood and play their life so well.
And we'll see, like, the moments from Shotzzy, I think we've been begging for at times. Like, yes, bro, your movement is good. It's disgusting, some of the best in the game, but sometimes just park the brakes. Stand still, lurk, be annoying. That's what I thought of him as a player before, was all the movement stuff. He can just be such a pain, shooting in the back, frustrating you. How many times did we hop to him, just tucked in the corner, tagging you in the back, a head-on rotation, just making those plays. We're like, dude, it's okay to L-trigger. It's okay to stop moving.
Well, I think that's really the case for both him and him, right? Yeah. I mean, even back in MW2 a couple of years ago when this was a duo, one of them would just have a blackout moment or try to do it a little bit too much, and we just have not had any of those so far throughout this weekend.
No, that's I think Hercules has probably been big in that. The fact is, like, their comps seem to be in a better place. The teamwork just absolutely is. They're moving as a unit better, and I bet Shotzzy, I'm just thinking, like, he probably felt when they were struggling, like he had to do so much. He had to make plays. I think that's what it is. He just felt like he had to, and now it's just like, all right, I got a good group with me. We're playing well. He's slowing it down, and it's just, I don't know, it's refreshing to watch sometimes.
Yeah, and I think Hooch has talked about it in a couple of interviews. It just feels like we're not on the same page on how we want to do things. It feels like now they are.
Yeah.
How they want to play the game.
Yeah, and like, are they at that form where I think they're going to win this tournament? I don't know if that's the case, but listen, based on how this year, based on how this year has gone, you are competing. Are you a contender yet? Maybe not, but like, you're getting closer, and who knows what the hell could happen at Champs? Who knows what could happen here this weekend if they win this one and continue to move on? I think it's just exciting to see. Listen, we're the most storied organization in Call of Duty. It has been so up and down since the Dynasty. Honestly, more down than up outside of last year. You're just trying to turn it around late in this year. And I think, dude, if you can, I don't know, what would you see with like how crazy the year was? Like, what's a success at this point? I mean, do you like have to win something, or? It feels like that's sort of...
I think that would be a cherry on top, but I think if you're into the top 4 conversation...
Or do you take just having Hercules just getting that pickup? That's a win.
Yeah, that's a win.
Is that big enough? Like, that's a win by itself going forward for the future of the young player. But look at, take a look at Quavo. I mean, Search and Destroy was a pain point for him, I think, through a lot of the year, whether on OpTic or with this Rokkr team. As of late, though,
it's been better.
He's been brilliant. I mean, he puts up a 11-0 performance in the qualifier. That takes you back to like a TJ like Cold War performance on Thieves. He had a 12-0 like ages ago. You don't get many flawless games like that a year. Not expecting that here, but still a bit of brilliance from him. Padding those stats a bit, that's for sure.
Well, and I just think he's a guy, we always talk about system players. He is the system in a lot of titles, and he's just been trying to build it with OpTic, and everything that happens, new players coming in and out. Just feels like he was never comfortable. Finally a stage under his belt with Minnesota. It's just, is it a little bit too late? But it's good to see him playing well in Search and Destroy.
100%. Can they continue to make the run, though? They're going to need a win here in the map 2. The dealership, we go. And we'll see how OpTic Texas try to pick apart this defense or find their opening for the plant. 2 playing mid, 2 playing towards B. It looks like they're starting to group up and take this. Gio's going to be the one deep on defense. Estriel is going to be the help through the window. Everyone with no trophy is just kind of baiting out utility right now and then waiting for the go call.
Yeah, Kenny's just making sure that he's keeping A Street honest, right? Making sure there's no rotation back. Well, this could be on Kenny. Did you see the 2 players, Shotzi and Mercules, going to put some pressure on him?
He needs help. It's Nero that's coming.
Yeah, immediate rotation through the vent, but they have the info now, does Minnesota Rokkr. And well, behind that, they're actually going to wrap back. So dealership's such a small map. You can try to find timings just like this.
You're going to have fights on 2 sides of this. Kenny's taking space and might end up running into Shotzi. On the other side, Hook is being pushed up and pressure to Gio now to get the stop. 25 seconds to go. Kenny gives up A Street and wraps out.
That's just what is the timing on the bomb?
Down.
And then when does Shotzi go?
Plan is in. Who's going to get the blood? Shotzi's going to go down. We swap to his POV, and there's the opening. Astriel's going to drop. Shotzi has been so terrific in Search and Destroy this year, and he continues it. His teammates step it up on the opposite site. Gio pinned, hunted, and dropped. Around to OpTic, and you gotta love that patience out of them on offense.
Yeah, the only way that really goes wrong is like if someone gets caught on the bomb, then someone looks towards the flank just due to the timing, the nature of it. But they get bomb site control. Shotzi just continues to wait, stays patient, only gets one and then backs away. That opens up everything for his teammates to take the site.
Yeah, and like we've seen him do those types of plays in Search. It's like those similar types of plays now in hardpoint we're seeing again. Honestly, like I know, very different mode, but just waiting, playing off your teammates' comms, finding the timing, and setting your team up for success. Beautiful there in the round 1. Rokkr don't walk away with a kill. It is flawless for OpTic Texas. I was wondering if it's going to be, dude, I swear, Nero's had so many rounds where he just sprints out mid and gets 2. Like, dude, he's like, I swear, the king of it on offense. Not going to be that type of round. Okay, well, he's just going to do it over here.
Yeah, he's going to do it over here.
Slam me in the face.
I mean, OpTic, they were trying to go quick up middle of the map. Still might have a quick flank. You see number 5 and Hook just throwing shoulders. Shotzi wants to stop the bomb plant and does just that. You have nobody middle of the map. Then Hook was able to get one. So numbers change in favor of OpTic. Shotzi just wasting time putting bullets in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Nero got the blood. Can he actually get back to his team clean? And he doesn't. He doesn't take the long route, tries to cut it up through mid and gets caught. So brilliant moment there from Hook to give them the numbers. Shotzi hitting the nade, trying to chow, nearly gets caught. But the fact is he's still alive and getting back to full.
Well, he's going to find all the info, and that's going to be the comms to his team, right? That they might be wrapping over towards A. And if you're Rokkr, you only have 25 seconds, but Shotzi's going to stay mid-window. Oh, well, he was. But again, just going to rotate back and forth, and there is the information once again.
He gets one, though, and Gio's coming. Can Gio get there? He's going to get there. Oh, my God, are they going to pull this off? The 2 versus 3. Dashing, last up, trying to clutch. Good damage in from both players. Bomb going to get planted. And he's going to hold it. That is an incredible 2v3. How does that fall apart for OpTic?
I mean, honestly, both teams did such a good job on their offense, staying patient, right? Keeping the defense on their feet. But yeah, I mean, Shotzi just doesn't want to like overchow, and then he ends up getting caught. There's just nobody else there from OpTic.
Well, when I saw like this split from Kenny and Gio, and Kenny, I thought he was going to get isolated and caught. I thought he was going to try and catch a timing with the plant, but instead he hops up on a bomb. And I thought he's going to get one and get traded out, but that doesn't end up happening. A massive round there for Rokkr. Just the fact that you bring it back in a 2 versus 3 like that.
Yeah, I think the only thing is, like, Minnesota's taking the chance that no one's in spawn side. If someone's spawn side, that round is over. Kenny immediately gets traded out.
And sometimes if it's like a 2v3, it's exactly what it is. Take a chance. Take a chance. Maybe it leads to a round when Nero's going to punch you in the face for the first blood again. Kid plays with no fear, but that is not the best timing. You can't get away. Buys enough time maybe for Estriel to get in position to get 1, 2. Give him 3. Round, Rokkr, Estriel with 3. Nero with the opening win and information, though. Back-to-back bloods for him.
Yeah, but that second kill out of Estriel, what a reaction, what a shot from him. That player just right through the middle of the vent, but able to read it, knows he's on his own, gets the trade from Nero, and then just stays patient. That takes down shots, and who is this? Yeah, Mercules. He's still 48 HP, just a couple of missed shots, and you get melted.
Rokkr all year, regardless of team. We just talked about the grit, how difficult it is to put them away. They rarely get 3-0'd. Yes, they did round 1 versus Heretics, but usually you're going 4 or 5. I don't care what the map set is. That just seems to be the case.
Well, that's what's talking about on the other side for OpTic. When they win map 1, they have been destroying teams. So you need a response here if you're Rokkr.
Certainly do. The fight's about to go down. Nero, the centering not on point, so Mercules is going to catch him. I mean, you've been finding so much success early in the round. Yeah, I mean, heat check. Nero's just sending it at you. Now you're going to rely on the boys to clutch up, and maybe they will. Estriel takes down one, needs a little bit of help. I thought the angle would be there from his AR and Geo. I thought he was going to catch Mercules, but doesn't have the angle. He's going to drop. Too much to watch as OpTic have numbers, and they'll bring it back, 2-2.
Yeah, there was that fight that was going down towards B, but Kenny works up middle of the map, puts some shots in, and then I think just gets caught on some bad timing where Shotzzy, he spots him, so he's able to hunt him down. And once you lose Kenny there, all focus is then on the players towards B, right? No one has to stay patient in the middle of the map, wait for a certain pinch. It's not a 2 versus 2 here anymore, and they just get picked apart.
Mercules, I swear you're seeing him sub in hand as often as you are AR. He has been, it feels like the definition of a flex. He will pull out anything, and he has been so impressive. Nice round there from OpTic as we continue this back and forth battle. 3 straight for Mercules. And so he'll now take it over to the A Street. Looks like his job is maybe a distraction for now, just throw some utility and keep the players honest over towards A. Because the setup looking kind of like round 1.
Yeah, this is how OpTic play dealership. I mean, just a lot of misdirection on both sides. Mercules and Shotzzy thinking about taking middle of the map, but that's going to be shut down by Estriel and Nero. Hook going to slide across, but still a minute to work with. Nobody really in a rush. And if you don't show, maybe Rokkr over rotate, but still some info. Game by Estriel. Maybe a missed nade.
Oh, yeah, Mercules, good job avoiding that. I thought he was going to take a little bit of friendly fire. Sub in hand again, though. And he wants to get forward. This kid can do it all. He's got so much information on the back side of it, but it's the 3rd first blood for Nero. Mercules is going to get caught. Nero's going to get 2. Still winnable, but it's not maybe anymore. Dashy left by himself. He gets caught and dropped. Nero is either feels like winning the round early or getting caught early. But yeah, 3 first bloods through 5.
Well, very similar to what Shotzzy's been doing on his defense, just finding timings through those middle of the stairs. That's where Nero is able to find that first. And I like that play from Mercules, because what he's seeing is if there's 2 middle of the map, really what is open here for Rokkr, for OpTic to push up towards that B street. And maybe he can work the flank or get that bomb down. But they're just ignoring the middle of the map.
Yeah, I thought once he got there and had all that information, like, you know where the Rokkr push is coming from. It's mid or it's on the flank.
Yeah, but Nero just gets the timing.
Yeah. Kenny Freeze, it's another, dude! Running at you, finding multiple, finessing, hitting the nade. It's a 1-man army in the form of Nero. 4 first bloods. Dude, he is, listen, we've had some big X Factor / I don't know, turn it on type players over the years. Whew, he is on a short list of freaks.
No, I mean, he might be number 1 in the league. Like, honestly, just guys who you should blink.
He just blacks out.
It just takes over a map. Dashy almost makes it interesting by finding 2. But Rokkr able to play their life now, starting to work this objective. Just waiting for Mercules, but I mean, these rounds are so fast due to Nero.
Yeah, a little off angle there from Geos, laying prone out in the open, centering no chance it's going to be on for Mercules. So gets the last one, and yeah, I don't know. How do you stop that when a player's just on point early in rounds? Like 4 first bloods through 6 is absurd.
I mean, if you have an idea of where he plays, try to avoid it. Stuns and nades, but sometimes in COD, if someone's on a heater, somebody's on a heater.
Just seems like every decision he is making is working out. 4 first bloods for Rokkr, 2 for OpTic, all 4 for Nero. He's 6-5. Where does he find his opening this time?
And this 2-2 split.
Oh, not gonna find it. That's how you deal. What'd you say? Hit your stuns, hit your nades. It's like you've done this before. Nero's going to get dropped. A much needed blood over to OpTic, but there's another one in the vent. At least trade it out, limit the damage, only allow him to get one. You still have Geo deep, but Mercules loves to take space close range and catch you, able to do just that. Great round from OpTic. Silence Nero.
And I was wondering, like, when are we just going to get an A Street hit from an offensive team, right? Both of these teams playing it slow, showing different looks, but depending on the matchup, a lot of the times we'll just see A hits. Finally, OpTic go to it. They're able to find that first blood.
What did we cast this weekend? It was literally only A hits. We saw
just
B like
Ultra
once.
and maybe on.
I forget which one it was, but it was, yeah, it was literally all B. Or sorry, all A. Carr helping as well. But it seemed to be getting away from OpTic. Now right back in the fight. We're showing Nero because this guy is, well, he's either dying first. He's what? He's died
Yeah,
first.
we're gassing him up, but I mean, he's 66.
Because well, he's been the first, their first kill every single round. Literally every single round. He's been blooded twice and got forward for floods. Oh, sorry. One round he wasn't. I lied. The dirty, dirty little liar. Geo's gonna get dropped. Oh God, and he gets dropped with nade in hand. It drops at his feet, I believe, and takes out Estriel.
Yeah, nice little off angle there from Hook, just playing right near the B bomb. Then this could be on a Nero, but Mercules AR in hand, he's gonna pick up on that. So all down to Kenny, 1 versus 3. Just trying to find a pick in the window, but OpTic didn't give him nothing.
Ripped and dropped. OpTic take 2 in a row, tie us up at 4-4.
Yeah, so on offense, just taking up the A Street. On defense, it's Hook who really makes the impact play, gets that first blood, and as you said, Geo has a nade in his hands, it drops. Hook's got a little bit of help from the mid window. Just so many of these rounds. Well, I mean, they've just been so quick.
I swear, I just don't remember so many of these situations where just nades dropped at feet, nades blowing up nades, all the crazy scenarios this year, like cars blowing up teammates. Yeah, it feels like the early round is scarier than ever. This particular title. Mercules leading the way again, though. 4 straight for him. Double positive at 8-4. Once again, not phased by the main stage. 2-2 looking split again, taking their time again. Nero just like literally on a leash, looking to send it out mid.
Yeah, I mean, I love this out of OpTic because this is not easy to deal with when you are Minnesota, right? Like, it's just, where are they? You have to stay patient, don't overpeak. You have to use your utility to try to find any information. So it tests you, but here we go. Here's the first test. OpTic getting aggressive through the middle of the map. Mercules able to find Nero, and you said it. Just that guy so important for Minnesota, but he has been shut down the last couple of rounds. And then Dashy takes down Estriel.
They stun it. It comes up just a little bit short. And they're like, all right, let's go. They don't have the info. They find the timing. They double chow and get the kill. Mercules just filthy with it in this map too. Toying with them. Geo can't get out with 2 HP. He will fall 3 straight now for OpTic. And as you said, Mercules is streaking.
Just doesn't matter the weapon.
Well, dude, so I said what? It was 4-2 in the first bloods? They haven't got one since. It's been all OpTic Texas with the bloods. It has been all Mercules as he now has 3. I mean, in the series versus phase, even on the protocol, like he was finding a lot of opening kills. Making an impact in every mode. So close to going up 2-0. And Rokkr's a team, yeah, you want to put away, especially as you said, like to OpTic's gameplay, like they want to put people away. It's usually their winning recipe. Find the advantage early and often, and run away with the series. Trophy there, just in the nick of time, eats 1. Nero works his way up, but he has been silenced. 1 6-4, now 6-9. All on Estriel and Geo to bring it back to the 2 versus 4. You get 1 for free, you'll take that. Much more winnable now. They've already pulled off a 2v3.
And they should have all the information with him able to catching Dashy middle of the map, just what they were trying to do. Well, you can see all of OpTic are through on the flank. Mercules is going to wrap back to A just in case. That is the play call from Rokkr. But Estriel just jumped out of this, AR in hand, and well, that player just going to back away.
Thought he caught one again.
Oh, he's in the right spot. I mean, what a read from Mercules.
Read them like a book. 7 in a row. Let's end it on 8. Slam. Mercules take over. OpTic up 2-0. And this is a superstar in the making. This kid is special.
And now it's just worst case scenario for Rokkr. I mean, probably this new OpTic lineup's best game mode has been Control 6-1. And on the other side, Rokkr, they have not won a Control this weekend.
Perfect.
So big problems.
Big problems is exactly the case. Rokkr, though, their recipe has been map 5. It has been extending series. Can they do it one more time, or is this OpTic team simply too much? I think if this matchup happened a few weeks ago, a month ago, who knows how it plays out, but OpTic seem to be hitting new forms now. Mercules getting more and more comfortable, triple positive, 1,500 damage, 3 first bloods. And after I stated, through 6 rounds, Nero had 4 first bloods, OpTic had 2. OpTic get every single first blood. Nero doesn't get a single other kill, and Mercules doesn't die again as he goes on 8 straight. It could not have flipped more at that moment than it did.
Well, this is what we talked about, just how hot or cold Nero is. I mean, and they rely on him, which is a big part of that problem. You know, just relying on him to find all of those openings time to time.
Well, that's why I thought they could be a decent team, was just because their hardpoint looked really good when they first formed. And Nero, I don't know, I might just drop 20 a search. Like, I'm exaggerating, but he has just absolute takeover games. He had a takeover kind of half, but then things fell apart. And, you know, I asked you, how do you shut somebody like that down? What kind of adjustments do you make? It was the patient play from OpTic. Sometimes it was the utility. Sometimes it was the read from Mercules. Sometimes it was the flat-out gunny. But Nero shut down, silenced. OpTic up 2-0. Des takes through.
I'm ready to go to dinner. You guys ready? It's looking like it is OpTic's night after the crumble from Minnesota.
Yummy.
I don't know how you bounce back going into a game 3. OpTic looking very strong. Mercules looking like we expected from him. What have you seen in the first 2 rounds?
Well, again, it's confidence. It's truly confidence. The crowd certainly helps, and I think that's another thing that's hurting Minnesota right now. I mean, that is a loud, loud room this late into the night in DreamHack. Very few teams can perform against it. Minnesota right now, not one of them.
Ali, as we take a look at some of the highlights from this matchup, Nero was giving us everything. If you're looking for first bloods, he's there for it. Minnesota goes out to the early lead. Where does it start to get off track?
It gets a little bit off track. Honestly, I think back to maybe like around that round 4 where OpTic Texas, I love their adjustments. They just start slowing down. They just start waiting for Nero to play some of these picks. We saw it in the final round as well when you saw Shotzzy just kind of sitting in a corner. How often do you see that guy not moving, right? And obviously, Mercules winning some of the most impossible gunfights in the middle of the map. I mean, this guy's got an AR. He's not only giving you 3 first blood, he's also giving you triple positive. Clearly, a absolute X factor when it comes to this OpTic Texas team success.
Yeah, OpTic figured out how to deal with Minnesota's B push. I mean, it doesn't matter how they get there, they end up at B on their offensive rounds. And whether that was take control of it, delay, like Ali said, in the round 9 where they just kind of played extremely slow, waited for the information, or just insta hitting it, OpTic just figured it out and they knew what Minnesota was up to. And you couple that with Mercules just making reads like this and popping 2s, you're gonna win the match.
It's another win on dealership. Is this becoming one of the dangerous maps to play OpTic on moving forward?
Yes, I mean, they're the ones that showed us the wall bangs on both different bomb sites. Like, OpTic gets crafty here, man. We've seen Shotzzy take over. Now we're seeing Mercules take over.
All right, looking back into game number 1, if you thought the search and destroy was close, well, you're right. But the hardpoint never had a chance. Walk me through the 100-point difference. What was the difference maker here? Is it slaying? Is it rotating? Was it clutch plays? What did it come down to this time?
It was a lot of slaying from the side of OpTic Texas. They came out with a fire underneath them. I mean, it was Mercules again. You talk about the slaying yesterday. That's never been an issue for OpTic Texas. Slaying has never been the issue. It's always just been the teamwork. It's been the fundamentals. And we might be seeing a point where that ball has started to get rolling because, again, you look at the damage charts, Dashy and Mercules are laying it down for the team, averaging like 3,500 damage across the board when it comes to respawns. And that allows so much for Hook and Shotzzy to put up plays like this, to put up numbers like that, because they're going to be those finishers in that front line.
I mean, Boston has never been bigger fans of OpTic Texas. We just ran a lower 3rd. Reminder, what's at stake? If Minnesota wins, they stay in contention for champs. If they lose this game 3, Boston is guaranteed to play at champs in July.
Yeah, and you know, talk about this map, Chris, the ARs just got shut down on the side of Geo and Kenny. And you know, coming into this, Geo versus OpTic had so much success this season, like almost a 1.3 versus this team. He couldn't get anything going on that map, number 1, nor could Kenny. So yeah, Minnesota in a very tough spot, man. He thought they'd show a little more fight here.
3-0 is in the cards, and that's just because control has not been the best for Minnesota. We take a look here at OpTic's strengths, though, if they are going to be a threat moving forward. What are we breaking down
They
here,
are
Ross?
Well,
What do we break down, Chris? Well, it's not us that are going to be breaking down. It's the defense that will not be either. This is ridiculous, man. I mean, that's a lot of first places across the board. Again, it is a dire situation to be in for Rokkr. Can they pull something magical out? Yeah. Or did they leave all the magic dust yesterday? Have they got anything left in the sleeves?
They might have. I mean,
We need more dust.
it's so tough. I mean, they've lost 3 straight vaults. That's where we're going. Up against OpTic, who are 6-1 in control. Yeah, it's seeming like they're staring down the barrel of a 3-0 here.
Nero's going to have a tweak game, I'm guessing 37 and 15.
37?
Dude.
Let's go.
All the miracles are used up.
They're all used up. Minnesota?
I think Merc's gonna drop
You have
40.
one left? We got Maven and Merc on the call.
What did I say like 20 seconds ago? I was like, Nero's got to drop 40.
He's got to have a tweak map.
That's literally, I said the same thing. Like, he just has to have a bomb, it feels like. Like, I want to believe in that do or die mentality, that never out of it thing with Rokkr, but
Yeah, no,
might
it
be
seems
out
a
of
little
it.
different.
Might be out of it.
Yeah, it just seems like they're getting out-talented right now. Big part of that has been Mercules, just what he's brought to this team. You and I were just chatting, just his game sense is on point. Just always has a great idea of where he needs to be, what weapon he needs to have out.
Let's be honest. Like, Rokkr finally, in quotes, won map 5s. It was Breach, and it was Vegas.
No, I know.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself a little bit. Like listen, like Miles, like I want the storylines, like I want it to be as crazy as possible for tomorrow, but
No, it is tough. I mean, when this team first formed, when Kenny first joined, it felt like their ceiling was very high, especially in respawns, but as a team together, it feels like it just never clicked. Like someone has always been struggling, they're taking turns. You just need more really from everyone.
and on the other side, the Mercules impact. I think the Green Wall are going to be feeling it for many, many, many years to come. This kid has been unbelievable, but Shotzi, on your screen right now, his pace, his rhythm, so perfect in that opening hardpoint. Trying to get loose and find openings here early.
And I mean, well, they're just worried about shots, so they just kind of leave them inside of Art, while the rest of OpTic, well, only one player is going to be on the point. Mercules stunned up, and while they deal with Shotzi, so that is a big part. All right, where is this guy able to find him? And, well, one of the guys you really want to see if you're a Rokkr fan step up is Geo. It feels like his talent is so high, but haven't seen it consistently quite yet with this squad.
Yeah, it's kind of a question mark. It's like we felt like we saw the beginning of, honestly, like he had that kind of superstar potential, but it hasn't been met, right? It's almost like he's hit a bit of a ceiling. We'll see if he can push through that, but this year, he hasn't hit maybe the limits that we thought he was going to be able to. There is a nice little stretch, though, from Rokkr to pin OpTic in. There's only 30 seconds remaining. Vault has become our most defensive, heavy control in the rotation, and well, you're seeing that in this round one. Maybe one more effort from OpTic Texas to find an opening towards the point. Shotzi trying to lead the way. He wins that. You've got 3 dead. Maybe a real good opportunity to do it. They need to pull it out here. Last shot on the point. 11.2 seconds to go. Looking to buy their teammates some time, but Nero tweaks, finds 2, sets up Geo, and it's all on Shotzi. 2 for Nero, 2 for Geo. Defensive hold. So good early. Will they get a touch? They will not.
And I mean, outside of the break and getting Shotzi forward, you did nothing. Even behind that, his teammates just weren't able to push up the map. Rokkr just kind of let him be focused on the A point. You only had one player on it if you were OpTic. And after that opening, I don't think Shotzi got a kill in the round. So props to Rokkr.
Hell of a defense. I swear, like A early felt automatic. Now it can be so difficult. It's just on the offense, you're trying to win it on so many fronts. Like, yes, you're trying to get A, but you're trying to get somebody through to set you up for B. You're always trying to disrupt the back line. And there's a lot of things to worry about, a lot of openings for them to retake.
It's a giant hole in the middle of it.
Yeah, a hole, 2 balconies, a flank entry, a forward door. There's just so much to worry about. Head's got to be on a swivel. Oh, Geo's making your head swivel early as he gets you 2, gets you onto the point. Well, we're OpTic only found 1 tick. Rokkr have already got 1 tick. And they may be turning this into more. Yeah, why not? This would make so much sense, right? We haven't won a control yet. OpTic have been so great in control. So why wouldn't Rokkr come in and just take the map? I mean, that would be, this weekend's been nuts. We've had some of the biggest upsets, some of the biggest comebacks we've had. Sure.
Yeah, it just feels like Rokkr's finally starting to shoot. Coming alive here on offense. Second tick is through. Shotzi's trying to alert, but it might just be a little bit too late. You have 3 members here, and he's gonna get found out. Geo is locked in. 11-3 for that young man is Kenny in a position we don't often see. Nice little spot here, watching the cross to B.
They've all stacked up towards the point. When will Kenny get involved? Trying to do it now. Picks one for top art, sees another one lower. Shotzi gets 2 kills, though. That is massive from him. Eventually gonna drop to Kenny. Kenny in trouble, trying to finesse on 4 straight, trying to buy his teammates time. The more they're focused on him, the better it is for your front line. Halfway to the final tick, here they come. They line up in front of Geo. What a start it is. 14-3 for Geo, up 2-0. We show the defensive stats for OpTic, throw them in the goddamn trash can.
I mean, they just get forward so quickly. Kenny inside of Art, he's up top, you have to deal with him. But this man, well, we were talking about it, his superstar potential. You see it at times. Really putting up great stats here in map 3, 14-3.
Yeah, I think the conversation's similar for Geo. Like we were talking about Estriel, like I think that's one thing that's maybe stood out a little bit. Like Geo had to put up numbers. He was their most consistent player with Paul X. Kenny comes in performing better than Paul X, having some great series. Yeah, maybe Geo's numbers aren't the same, but every now and then he reminds you, like, the guy is a monster. He is a straight shooter. He has takeover ability. And you have 14-3. Everyone on OpTic basically double negative outside of Hook, and they just hit him in the face to start this round off as well. They are slamming him. Mercury's going to be last alive. They only got 1 tick the first offense.
I mean, what did they do during that halftime break? During that break, because OpTic right now are not winning a gunfight. Dash is going to try to get them out. But you had 10 in a row from the team of Rokkr, and now 30 seconds off the clock.
What did Looney say to these guys?
I have no idea.
What do you inject them with? Holy hell.
The Rokkr magic, I suppose. Maybe not gone yet.
Dude. Oh, it just doesn't make any sense a lot of the time. Now, we're not done. We're not done. Still a chance here for OpTic, obviously, but honestly, even like with the last series, like, Thieves go up 2-0, best control team in the game. You think it ends there? Ultra pull one out on Bolt. It ends up ending in the map 4. Maybe it could be the same thing here, but maybe a weird one. Felt like all the momentum the way of OpTic Texas, but they're getting annihilated.
I mean, you see the stats. It's not great. Obviously, you have 2 offenses, so it's gonna make things a little bit uglier. True. But fact is, Rokkr on their attack dominated. Well, Estriel trying to cut down the spawners. Hoop trying to get them out. But now you have to deal with the ARs.
One of the final chances to extend this and maybe get a point. There is 0 progress on any objective. 0 ticks, no openings. Estriel sliding forward, Nero there with them, slamming the door, slamming the players. Rokkr not done yet. Holy, okay, well, why not? That was a 5-minute game of control.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. I think the crowd's like, what the just happened? That's how OpTic feel. Okay, sure. We continue on. That was I was 99.8% certain that series was over heading out of that. Like you blink and you miss that one. You ran to the bathroom, you missed that one. You got a snack, you missed that one. 5 minutes and it is done. Holy hell.
Well, stats gonna be pretty on one side and very ugly on the other.
Yeah.
Shotzi just found no openings.
Yeah, his only hole that he found was a grave. It was a hole in the ground, the dirt.
Well, normally that is his hole.
Yeah, wasn't his hole. It wasn't working out for him, Joe. Less in and out, more just put down. Just down, down, down. We'll take a look at some highlights. I imagine it'll be a Rokkr POV for most of this. Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, first round, only 1 tick, but offense just dominated. But you had Kenny, you had multiple players on B at this point. He's picking up kills. Geo's got a crossfire with Nero. And as you said, 5 minutes.
I mean, every break went the way of Rokkr for the most part. They just sprinted at them, won fights. pacing in their favor, setups in their favor early. And usually, I mean, the thing with a good like control team, like we feel like OpTic has been more as of late, like there's some rebound mode. Like there's some sign of life. There was nothing. That was one of the more lopsided controls you are going to see. Granted, all the negative Nancy I'm talking right now for that map, like listen, OpTic are still in a great spot. They're up 2-1. They have a Hacienda upcoming. Why did I stop believing in the Rokkr magic? Why did I stop believing for a second?
I mean, now it's just, yeah, you're just a little bit worried if you're an OpTic fan, just, I mean, how well they were shooting, right? Just that they were not worried at all about being down 0-2.
Not whatsoever. And you can see there, that is the big storyline for one side of it. They are trying to get to a final. They get to a final, they knock Breach out of 8th, and they will qualify for champs.
So they had to win this, they would have to beat Thieves, then they would have to beat the loser of Miami FaZe. I mean, it would be a run.
This is like arguably your easiest match, and it's not an easy one at all. Mercules, Dashy, hell of a map 1. Mercules, honestly, I mean, well, at least through the first 2. I mean, 32 and 24 there, what, 12 and 4 in the map 2.
But you see what these guys are both doing. I mean, both putting up similar damage. Both have the same exact hill time, which is wild to me.
Yeah, this guy Dashy's like, you know, he had Sky's next to him dropping a 0.7, and Kenny next to him dropping a 0.6.
This is his guy now.
He's got his feet up, sipping on a tequila, just vibing right now with this Mercules kid. They are turning into a duo, but yeah, it's as much as I thought. Listen, I'll be honest. I thought we watched some bad COD from OpTic this year, and I kind of thought, like, regardless if you slotted in that position, they were going to struggle. It just seemed like that was the way kind of OpTic were playing. But why was I wrong? I was real wrong, because Mercules is nuts.
No, but it's a whole team identity. I mean, obviously he's a big part of that. Maybe he's just telling them what they need to do a little bit more of, but it has paid off.
No, I mean, you and I were talking during the break, like, his game sense across all modes has been unbelievable. I mean, you've had a lot of teammates. For some people, the game is slow, you read the map well. Some people rely more just on like instinct and timings. Like it feels like he's playing chess sometimes. I don't know how else.
How calm he is in the toms. It feels like that is spread to the other guys when you're there listening.
Like, usually when you're coming into the league, like the game is fast. It's hard. I guess it's slower in the sense like Challengers is probably more frantic and whatnot. But like it's hard. It's an adjustment. It's not been an adjustment whatsoever. This guy just came into the NBA dropping 30 a game. Like, dude, it's fantastic to see. But okay, can OpTic brush off the last 5 minutes? That being the control, swinging out and battling. Hook, able to get 2. An early time, OpTic Texas here for now. Estriel's double will disrupt that.
Well, he was just kind of lurching, right? He's the one player that takes a different route than Top Halls to get involved. Yeah, you win the break if you're OpTic, but Estriel makes the big play. You have spawn control 4P2, 20 seconds left. The problem for Minnesota is when they died on rotation on map number 1 on rewind. See the spawns coming on in. Now OpTic's gonna start to push on forward. Mercules, Dashy gonna be the first 2 over towards Garage. But Estriel, he finds the first.
Yeah, Kenny takes some shots, backs down, maybe sets Bestro to make the play. Kenny then can't hold from lobby.
You don't have spawns though.
You don't have him for now. Spawning out Debo, Kenny trying to fight back. He might be able to get shots into the backside of Mercules, or at least call it out to his teammates. You win that on one side, you win it through the middle. He's just holding it now from the front. How long can you deal with the back spawns for OpTic? Well, they're dealing with it beautifully. Okay, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Let's flip the map now. And like if that's later in the hard point, maybe not the best situation, but there's still 40 seconds where they get that done. So sensational stuff from Rokkr. They'll build a bit of a lead here early.
Yeah, and you were right. I mean, just great spawn awareness. I think it was from Nero to pick up on that pinch because I don't think Kenny saw him. He spawns out Boathouse, but they know that it is an option one player could pinch from OpTic. That was kind of OpTic. They were waiting on that. If they were able to find that first one, then maybe that leads to a break from Well.
I don't think he saw him, you're right. I just assumed Kenny calmed. It could be open.
It could be open, yep.
Nero, I don't think he's just looking there naturally based on Kenny's position. I imagine, I'm making it up. I didn't hear the comms, but I'm thinking he calmed it. It got picked up. Because, no, you're right. I don't think in the angle he actually spotted him. They're going to need more moments like that. But good early advantage for Rokkr. 4 straight for Estriel. Wanted him to turn it up. It was the Geo domination in the last map. It is the Estriel domination early in the map 4, 8-1, and streaking, cutting through the gap and staying up. Now tucking away. Ooh, can't walk away with that as he never gets back to full.
But he's got a Hellstorm. I mean, this is what you should do on Hacienda, right? You should use that Hellstorm, then to break the next one. This should get ugly quick if you are OpTic, just like that control map. So they need a big break.
I don't know what Looney gave these guys. I don't know what he gave them, but if this goes to a map 5, I think Karma and JP are gonna need to find out. But a nice little rebound there from OpTic to get back into the point with just under 30 left in it. Try to turn this into some time. Kenny, though, only 3 and 6, but shooting there as he wins one. Estriel chains together a headshot as well, but Hook will lurk. Hook will get 2. He'll get the final 10 or so seconds. Big rotation upcoming, so you're gonna win the old time. Hook gets that multi-kill at such a big time that's gonna lead to an advantage here at Rock as well, and they're gonna maybe chain these together. Down, what, 70 or so, and right back in this. That'll be all 4 dead for Rokkr.
Yeah, you have
big
the Hellstorm.
For OpTic.
Yeah, you have the Hellstorm.
True,
No,
true.
but at least you did it out early. You did it out early if you are OpTic. But what do you find if you're Minnesota? Can you break this P4? Kenny's gonna find Hook. Estriel will find Dashy, but in the hill is Shotzzy. He's pretty much gonna have a 1 versus 3. Is able to find one, but does he do enough to get his team back on it? Well, I think he does.
Yeah, I think damage in is what leads to the Hoop nade as well. He gets damage into a second. Nero, though, it's a Nero moment. 13-9 with the triple. In a big moment where it felt like that break back in after the streak. OpTic, we're gonna bring this back to like a tie game. Nero, the difference there to set them up for the final 20+ seconds. How many plays like that do you see at Rock, bro? Like,
all the time.
All the time.
Just the pop-ups are just so hard. The camera is so tough to deal with.
Oh, God.
Well, subs in your face, but OpTic did a little bit of scrap time.
It's
and
5
honestly,
seconds, whatever.
Yeah, with the P2, with how it went, you take this if you're OpTic, only down 30.
Down 30, and it splits for Rokkr. We'll see if they take advantage of that or if OpTic are able to deal with it. So far, some wins on both sides of it. Estriel, a multi for him up through halls, eventually traded out. Hercules now inside. Nice little snapper there. Gets the comps from his teammate and dials one in top halls. Dashy right back to Rock and looking to get cooking. There's an opening. Get some help from Hook. Holding spawns for next. If they are better there, they're going to be right out in front, or hell, they might just do it through the P1. This has been sensational.
Yeah, they just have them locked in. The ARs for Hercules and Dashy have top halls. Shotzzy pulls out an AR on this rotation. 15 seconds left. Rokkr trying to get spawns for this P2. OpTic giving them nothing of it. Well, if you get the rest of this time, we are going to have a lead change.
Lead change looming, lead change about to be in. Okay, never mind, I lied to you. It's gonna have to come in the P2. They give up the final couple of seconds. Some massive fights happening back towards Statue 2 gonna be out for Rock. Well, for Rock and Rokkr, as they will collapse.
Hercules is there, but you just hit the headshots, and now you have the spawn. So Rokkr execute at this P2. They didn't have the spawns on rotation, but they just got through well, forced the splits, find the kills afterwards.
No one looking at water. Shotzzy, like a little bunny rabbit, able to pick up 1. Still waiting on his teammates to help him out to fight for the point. Dashy able to come away with 2. Shotzzy then in position to get damage and lay into it with 30 seconds left. They fight in. It's another big break for OpTic. Tight one right now. We heard the comps earlier from OpTic, but it's Rokkr that are up against it. Trying to push it to a map 5. Let's hear Rokkr now.
Oh, God. Thank you, Pot. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the deep cut. Dashy, thank you, Pot. Hey, well. Dashy, one shot, well. One back offense. One shot back offense, Kyler. He's going top offense, I think. Kyler, he's 1 HP.
I'll hit him.
I held you.
Keep you out of fence.
Fucking open. Secret, Kyler. I didn't see the guy hit. He's so secret. He's showing Secret, Kyler. Come on, Secret, Kyler.
Shotzzy,
Go. I'm one to get down. Back up weak. Kyler went 10. We don't have the map. Dash it, I flipped the body. 110 on me, I'm 1. Okay. Yeah, back to Kyler. You went 10, I think. Merc. I'm one shot. Out of fence. Both one. Dash.
Two front.
You want to live front?
I got one being up there.
You shot it. I have you. I got it. Dash. Oh, you dead. one shot, Bear. Put absolutely. One shot. All right, hold on, one shot. Nice. I get it. You want to. I got play through it. I'm looking up at the spawn. I got her deep. Could be open. I'm been open. One's open. There's not open. Dash. Nice. I have her deep. Pretty close. I'm just on my pitch. Oh, dash. Nice. There's not open. Nice. Shot cover. One shot. Okay, I'm one. Okay, I'm one shot. Lambo. Dashing weak. I can go open. I go open right now. Give me open. Alright, give me open. Alright, right now.
Look at Dashi. Open.
Shotzi, open. Leave behind you. One shot. Nice. Open Shotzi. Shotzi dead. Nice. Take your time. I need overtime. I need it.
You got time.
I'll go open. I set up a straight, bro. I'm not using it. One shot. Nice. One shot. Absolute. Nice. One shot. Top fire with Kyler. I'm already got Sprout. One's play. There's somebody. I'll see Kyler Sprout. I have another streak too. Look. Shit. Nice. I'm gonna streak. Open. We open and close. And open window dash.
Oh, Dashi, one shot.
I'll be close. I have one. Go ahead. I have one. Take your time. Rest on together. I'm putting offense. We should work open. Two rock are like open and 1/3 stack Sparrow. I got it. I'm trying to open. Two open. Two stuck open. And 1/3 Sparrow. I got you. Second open. I'm open. Open. One shot open. Dashi. Nice job. One shot. Secret. No, he's not secret. Play kills. I'm about to go well. Close. Yes, look, Berg. I got you. Get close. Set it. Point. I can't shot. No, he's coming. Cubby. We cubby. All good. I'm on the back. Cubby. I hear. We should get the right to Jay. Yeah, all you at OJ. Back far. Nice job. I hate Jay. He doesn't know out here. I hate Jay. I'm getting to you down. You should replay fire anyway. Listen, I'm on the streak. Hold. Where's he at?
Rokkr up 15. They've got one more Hellstorm to work with. Taking her out, though, it's going to be Shotzi. He catches him on the streak.
Oh, this is going to be massive. I mean, they're using their last Hellstorm here. A lead change about to come in. They need a break behind this. And, well, the Hellstorm calls out Shotzi, but it's all three of OpTic players on the hill. Turning this into the Alamo. They're trying to lock it down. Do they have the numbers? I do not think so. Rokkr behind this tree. Get the break.
My God.
But they don't have the spawns.
Can't win it here and don't have the spawns. Can they hold, though? Geo still fighting inside. Pressure to Kenny. It's everybody for OpTic popping off. Nero is still here. Not going to be able to come away with anything, so you survive both streaks. You'll get to right around 230. They'll be 20 away from the win. We're going the distance here in the map 4.
You're just going to give this up, so this is going to put you around 230 if you are OpTic. You have survived 3 Hellstorms.
Yeah.
Just a couple of big sprees from the Minnesota Rokkr boys, and now you're trying to find an early break. Shotzi with the first to push his team up the middle of the map. It's Estral. He's going to spawn out. That's going to flip the spawns for Hook. Mercules with the first onto Nero, but just has to wait for his team.
Here we go. Everybody dead outside of Hook. What can he do? Able to get 2. Trying to contest as well. What a sequence here from Hook. Buying time for his teammates to get back, and now his teammates are going big. Hook, so crucial in that moment. Mercules able to get 2. 15 now needed for the win for OpTic Texas, and Mercules is still streaking. 28 and 26, looking to put Rokkr away. They survive the streaks. Do they survive the run? A battle now onto the point. Are we gonna get back to Rock? Are we gonna have another nuclear moment? It looks like we're gonna extend this one. Away we go.
Well, now it's all about this rotation, right? It is a foot race across the map. You're gonna have a couple of players here. 2 are gonna spawn out well. So Rokkr, this is gonna be a 3 versus 2. They have to go early. Nero, the first man, he's able to find it. Through the middle of the map comes Who, trying to get to his teammates, but Rokkr are here. 235, 245. Oh! With the double, Shotzi with all 3.
Shotzi wins the map. OpTic move on to Sunday. Minnesota's dreams are dead. There will be no champs run for them, no Cinderella story this weekend. They put up a fight. I thought we were going to a map 5. We're not going to get there, though. Man, if you get more out of those Hellstorms, maybe you take it, but OpTic deal with them beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, the first two were pretty bad. The last one, the break P2, it works out. I just don't know what happened afterwards, how they lost P2 spawns, because that's the key. They put so much pressure on breaking the 3 of OpTic. There must have been some splits that happened. The fact they don't retain spawns doesn't give them control. But I mean, you forced one at Rokkr early. The second one was at the P1, right? We were in the listening. They just felt like they had so many. Let's regain map control.
Yeah. Listen, that is an incredible effort by OpTic late, but it is another one of those where it feels like Rokkr fumbled a bit, right? Like you're up 20 or 30, you have 2 missiles to work with. You should be able to put yourself in a position to win the map.
Then it's just a slow start in the series. I mean, finally they came alive, right? I mean, you outslay if you are Minnesota, but there were just a couple of big moments in that, and well, that's what Call of Duty Esports is.
Story of Rokkr's year, I think specifically.
Yeah, it started off just slow starts, relying on reverse sweeps. I mean, this was a fun team. It really was.
Yeah, no, they've led to some of the more fun series on the year. I think that's partially why I wanted to see them make their run to get the champs, because they have just had such entertaining series.